Support for the Leadoff on WGLT and WGLT.org comes from the Central Illinois Regional Airport, offering seasonal nonstop service to Denver. Outdoor concerts, hiking, and more activities in the Mile High City are one flight away on Frontier Airlines. Close, convenient, Sierra. More at CIRA.com.
A short-term plan is taking shape to help unsheltered people in McLean County before the summer heat sets in. It's one of the things you need to know to start your day for Friday, May 10th. I'm Ryan Denham, and this is WGLT's The Leadoff. Now let's lead off with a plea to expand voting access at Illinois State University next Election Day. As WGLT student reporter Megan Spurline reports, both major political parties are on board.
College Democrats and college Republicans at Illinois State University have teamed up to create a statement calling for the campus to close on Election Day, November 5th. College Democrats President Delaney Reynolds says the idea came from their party, but they felt a bipartisan statement from both Democrats and Republicans would have more of an impact.
I think having the day off is kind of, it's a right as a human being, and as a college student even more so. Our university that expresses how much they care about civic engagement should really be pushing for that.
It was an easy sell to Braden Gonzalez with ISU College Republicans. He says he believes that would boost voter turnout for both parties.
I'm a college student, so I'll be honest, a lot of us can be kind of lazy. We can be do things last second.
An ISU spokesperson says the university follows the civil service holiday schedule set by the state. The 2020 and 2022 general elections were university holidays. Both the Democrats and Republicans say they are encouraging all students to vote early to avoid long lines that they expect on Election Day. For The Leadoff, I'm Megan Spurline.
Here's some other stories we're following in the WGLT newsroom. A publishing company whose politically slanted newspapers have been derided as pink slime is being sued by the Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul for illegally identifying birth dates and home addresses of hundreds of thousands of voters. The 4th District Appellate Court is upholding the year-and-a-half prison sentence that Jeffrey Reinking of Morton got for illegally returning a firearm to his son that was later used in a mass shooting. Arguments in that case were heard at ISU. And construction begins Monday on a stretch of Market Street on Bloomington's west side, from Sugar Creek near the interstate over to Hinshaw Avenue, then up to Locust. This work will reduce traffic to one lane into next summer. You can find more on these stories at WGLT.org. A new housing group has formed with representatives from the city of Bloomington, the town of Normal, and McLean County, as well as public safety officials and social service agencies. Members say that their immediate goal is to find shelter for those living on the streets of McLean County in the next 60 days. WGLT's Melissa Ellen spoke to some of those involved about how they plan to get that done.
Efforts to find temporary shelter for people living on the streets in McLean County, and particularly those encamped next to Home Sweet Home Ministries shelter in Bloomington, are ramping up. Kathleen Lorenz is the Community Investment Director for United Way of McLean County and the McLean County Housing Coalition co-chair. She's also Normal Town Council member, but she said she does not represent the town in this effort. Lorenz says a new housing group met for the first time Monday in an effort to broaden current conversations between Home Sweet Home and the city of Bloomington about the growing number of unsheltered McLean County residents. Lorenz compared the group and its mission to the Apollo 13, where people were put in a room and told not to come out until they figured out how to land the spaceship.
But for us, it was gathering all the right people in the room. And the challenge is, what can we do in the next 60 days to vastly improve the current tent encampment?
Lorenz says she thinks the group developed 3 or 4 potential solutions coming out of Monday's meeting.
I did let them out before we brought the spaceship back, I guess. But we do plan to reconvene.
Monday's meeting was newly appointed Bloomington City Manager Jeff Juergen's first external meeting. It also coincided with his first day in the role. He says there's a lot of concern for the people at the encampment as the summer approaches.
There's no shade. They're currently, this encampment's on a parking lot. It's very hot there.
Juergens adds he's excited to figure this out, but the group is still in the planning stage.
I think it'd be premature to get into the specifics other than to say that this group is focused on coming up with new solutions to address the issues we're facing.
Conversations between the city of Bloomington, Eastview Christian Church, which owns the overflow parking lot the encampment is on, and Home Sweet Home Ministries have been going on for months. Monday was the first time the city, town, and county officials have convened to discuss the encampment, though. The group's next meeting is scheduled in about 2 weeks to stick with the 60-day timeline. That means mid to late summer at the earliest for a solution. Home Sweet Home took lead on the encampment from the get-go, recognizing it had the staff and means to provide help. The nonprofit has been registering people tenting in the lot and supporting them while researching ways to get them sheltered. Shelter CEO Matt Burgess says he thinks Monday's meeting was an important step in finding the solution. He adds there's frustration at the shelter that things are taking so long.
There's a lot more work to do to really find both the location and the model to serve our unsheltered community members effectively, but we're making progress.
Burgess has previously told WGLT that zoning regulations and size constraints for the current lot the encampment is on make it an undesirable location for permanent use, and nearby residents have expressed concern at Bloomington City Council meetings about the encampment's location. These all factor into why a new location hasn't been found, though Home Sweet Home has been looking into alternatives, including an outdoor or indoor pallet shelter village or using hotels. These options offer controlled yet individual and private spaces for people to dwell, since so many of the people encamped cannot live in congregate spaces, a large reason they remain unsheltered. Although any of these proposals would take more than 60 days to implement. That's why Monday's discussion was largely focused on finding a temporary fix to the encampment and the larger unsheltered community. Long-term solutions like those Home Sweet Home has explored are next on the agenda for this new group. Matt Burgess with Home Sweet Home says he's thinking of the 60-day timeline as a way to help move plans forward, but the result will undoubtedly not be the ultimate fix.
Sheltering people is always a temporary scenario. Housing people is permanent.
I'm Melissa Ellen.
You can read or listen to a deeper version of that story at WGLT.org. Before we let you go, a congratulations to the 3,600 ISU students who are participating in commencement today and tomorrow. That includes WGLT interns and student workers, Emily Bollinger, Gavin Broderick, Braden Fogerson, Alyssa Helm, Megan Spurline, and Ryan Toohey. And that's it for today. I'm Ryan Denham, and our producer was Rosalie Truback. You can subscribe to the Leadoff on the NPR app or wherever you listen.